Daniel, or
I'm going live. We're live.
what?
We're live. We're on camera.
Yeah, one camera.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
I know, Pop. We'll wait for people to get on.
Look at that road out there, boy, there's next to nothing on it.
I know, it's raining outside too. Look at that rain out there, Pop.
What?
It's raining out there. Pretty good. It's raining. How is everybody doing today? All 6 of you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking to people on here, Dad.
Oh, you're not talking to me.
Well, you're here, but I'm talking.
Pictures on
Hey,
it.
Dare Dog. Oh, shoot, I forgot to tell people I was going live. I know, Dad, you're on with me. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Holy crap, it's still going by fast. I wish I could slow these comments down. Greetings, Dublin. How are you doing out there? Just me and Dad today. Danielle's gone with Hannah and Andrew, and so it's just me and Dad here alone on Saturday, and I'm bored, lonely and bored. We're both showered. Did you get a good shower today?
Did I get a good shower?
Yeah.
Did I take one this morning?
You did take one.
Yeah, I guess I got a good shower.
And look, you got your jammies on already. It's about 2 o'clock here, 2:15, and we're all ready for bed because it's pouring rain outside. If you can see, it's raining out there. So we're stuck inside. We can't go anywhere.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to 699 people. 600 people. 600 people.
Oh,
People you don't know them, Dad, but many of them know you. I am good, thanks. It's kind of weird being on because, I typically have Danielle to bounce off of, so now I'm totally dependent on the comments or if my dad gets excited. It's rainy here in Sacramento, guys. Northern California, it's rainy. How is it everywhere you guys are? I hope you guys are experiencing better weather. Millie Pig's out there in the rain. I just fed. Grandpa just ate. Thank you so much, Z-Corp. Grandpa just ate a pear, and I fed the core to Millie. Millie loves the pear cores. Hey, Southern California. I know it's not raining down in Southern California because I got a buddy down there at a softball tournament. Hey, in Boston, these comments are going so fast. Does anybody know how to slow the comments down so I might be able to answer some of them? Dad,
yeah,
do you love me?
absolutely.
There you go. And right back at you, Dad. That was a good question. Grandpa's is doing great. He's doing great because he's active and he's asking redundant questions and he's looking to help and for things to do, as opposed to shortly after the fall he was not real active and he was a lot easier to deal with throughout the day, believe it or not. But when he is, thank you so much, Belissa. If I can somehow, I don't know how I can like that. So here we are, and it's Saturday out here, and it's just me and my dad. Yeah, the comments are going by so fast. I thought there would be fewer people on, and I'd be able to answer some questions. Thank you guys all for the wonderful wishes. Thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that so much. Grandpa, are you happy?
Am I happy?
Yeah, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm normal.
Yeah, he's normal. By the way, he's watching the Science Channel with no sound. But sound doesn't bother him much because, he doesn't hear much anyway. So we're watching about, I don't know, it looks like there's insects or something. How you doing up in Vancouver? My dad's sister's up in Vancouver right now. What's your favorite food? Do you have a favorite food?
What?
Do you have a favorite food?
Do I love a favorite food?
Yeah.
I can't think of any right now.
Do you like spaghetti?
Yeah, but not my favorite.
Steak?
What?
How about steak? You like a good steak?
Not my favorite either.
How about a burrito?
That's one of each of those two other things you mentioned.
How about pizza?
Pizza, I like pizza.
Is that your favorite?
No.
Can you think of a favorite? I think his favorite's dessert.
Not my favorite. What is my favorite? I haven't thought in those terms. When I get hungry, I do whatever I got that I'm hungry. That's what I like.
Yeah. But you like to eat healthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Grandpa loves to eat healthy. I mean, we can put any amount of vegetables, whatever, raw, no dressing.
I like to see all my kids healthy and moving and doing things on their own, being healthy. I like that.
Well,
I like
Dad,
it when they get good education too.
absolutely. You're getting the wisdom of Ed Salinger here.
Yeah. What?
Nothing. What else do you like?
I like to go to Santa Cruz when the weather's nice.
Okay, so didn't you, that's where you vacationed when you were a kid, right?
What's that?
Did you vacation in Santa Cruz when you were a
My
kid?
folks took me there, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you went for vacation too. And didn't your aunt and uncle have a nice place in Santa Cruz? Uncle Roy and Auntie Ad?
Yeah, they did.
Yep, on acreage, right?
On who?
It was on land. There was a lot of land there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a rich uncle. Thank you guys so much. CZK, that's crazy nice of you. He has an uncle that was wealthy, and so that's where they spent their vacations. They would go to Santa Cruz. And did you ride the boardwalk?
Sure.
Do you remember the Big Dipper? The roller coaster?
Yeah.
That's called what? The Big Dipper.
Big Dipper? I forget
called-
what they were.
It was called the Big Dipper. And that was Grandpa's favorite.
Talking years ago.
Yep. Years ago. I'm trying to see some. Thank you guys so much. I'm trying to answer the questions. So, Pop, where did you go to college?
What?
Where'd you go to college?
When?
Where?
I went to a couple of places.
Where was the last place you went? Berkeley, right?
The last place?
You went to Berkeley and then to podiatry school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of your podiatry school?
No, I don't. What podiatry? Berkeley podiatry? I don't know. No.
I don't know the name of it either, but
I don't.
that's
no.
what he did. He went to.
But, UC Berkeley is where it was at.
Yeah, no, I know.
It was UC Berkeley.
Yeah. And then after podiatry school, what did you do? Were you married in podiatry school?
I think so.
Yeah. Do you remember who you were married to? My mom?
Joanne?
That's right.
Yeah, that's the only one I've been married to that I know of.
Well, you were married right in podiatry school. And did you work when you were in podiatry school?
Did I what?
Did you work while you were going to school?
I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you remember working for your dad at the shoe store?
Not really. I know I did.
You worked at the shoe store. Mom's told me the story. Grandpa had you working there 7 days a week. And Mom finally said, no, you're not working on Sundays. And then Grandpa was pissed because he had to pay overtime to somebody.
Then what happened?
You didn't work any more Sundays. And then you quit when you bought that new practice, and the rest is history.
Make a living, yeah.
You made a living, Dad, absolutely.
Huh?
You made a living. And you raised a lot of kids.
How many?
Well, you raised 6 kids altogether.
I raised 6 kids altogether.
You sure did.
5 of mine and 1 of another one.
That's right. Yeah, well, they're all yours. They're all your kids.
Well, they're all adults now.
They're all
So
adults
they're
now.
all on their own now.
That's right. And do you know how old you are now?
Well, I know I was born in 1932.
March 26th.
1932.
That's right. Do you know what the year is today? It's 2023.
It's 2023 now?
Yeah. You know how old that makes you?
Yeah, maybe about 97, 96 or 97.
91. You're 91.
Oh, okay, then I didn't go to college right away.
You did. You graduated high school in 1950, and then you went right to high school, right to college. You went to first UOP and then to Berkeley, and then you went straight to podiatry school.
I did go to Berkeley?
You did. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Well, it was a long time ago, Pop. But yeah, anybody
Yeah,
have any
we-
questions
we-
while I have
we-
Dad in an
right.
answering mood here?
What?
I'm trying to. There we go. Let's see if I can find some questions here. Dad, have you ever been to South Carolina?
Have I been to South Carolina?
Have you been to Charleston?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I probably have, but I don't.
I'll bet you have. I'll bet you he has, because he traveled a lot around the United States in a motorhome, and I think you've been to all 50 states, right?
What?
You've been to all 50 states. You've been to Alaska, which is the tough one.
I've been to Alaska for.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I just dropped by, and then I never stayed there.
Well, no, but you drove to Alaska too. He didn't fly. He drove through Canada all the way to Alaska.
Yeah, I've been all over.
You
Western part of the United States. Yeah.
What city did you grow up in?
What?
What city did you grow up in?
Sunnyvale.
You grew up in Oakland.
Oh, that's before it was.
You had your practice and you lived in Sunnyvale for a while, but
I'm
you
trying
grew
to
up.
think, Did I grow? Yeah, I must have grown up in Oakland.
I even know the street you grew up on. You remember the street?
Excelsior.
That's right. You grew up on Excelsior in Oakland.
Yeah.
And what high school did you go to?
What?
What high school?
I can't hear you.
What high school did you go to?
Oakland High.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you have any girlfriends in high school?
I don't think so.
Well, how about Suzanne Olson?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Well, I think she dated Jackie Jensen.
Oh, Jackson Jensen, I remember.
And who was Jackie Jensen's girlfriend?
Could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from experience,
I remember that. I don't even remember. My goodness, that's a long time ago.
Grandpa had a crush on Suzanne Olson. And she turned out to be an Olympic gymnast too. Or no, Olympic diver. I'm sorry. She was an Olympic diver. And Jackie Jensen, the man he's talking about, went on to, I think he might have been in the Olympics too. He went on to play professional baseball.
Who?
Jackie Jensen.
Yeah.
He was a
He
professional.
went to Oakland High School.
I know he did. And he was a professional athlete, right?
Yeah.
And he was famous. Like they were the it couple. They were like
Yeah, he was famous.
they were like Travis and
As an athlete,
Kelsey
he was
and
famous, yeah.
Taylor. That was the two people from Oakland. And my dad had a crush on Suzanne Olson. Can you blame
But
him?
he was ahead of me in school.
I know he was ahead, but Suzanne Olson was a couple years behind him.
What?
Suzanne Olson was your year.
No, she was ahead of me for 1 year.
Oh, she was a year ahead of you.
I
Okay.
think so.
Yeah. Was she pretty?
Depends on what you want to call pretty. She was normal looking. Female.
She was pretty, right?
I would, yeah, I guess you might call her that too.
This is cracking me up because Grandpa had a big
But
crush.
she was a unique person too.
She was very unique and very successful. They died back in the 1980s. You outlived them for
1980s.
yeah.
I graduated high school when
1950.
50.
Yep.
Good
Hey,
Lord.
Nigeria. Yep, Dad, and it's 2023. So it's been over 70 years. It's been 73 years since you graduated from high school. 73 years.
It's a long time.
That's a long time, Pop. Most people don't make it that long, so you did great. Someone says hello from Nigeria. He's just a normal person. And Dad, there's people watching you from all over the world right now. Do you have a favorite car?
What?
You have a favorite car?
Famous call.
A favorite car?
Your favorite car.
Yeah.
What did I drive?
Did you like a little Triumph? Did you have a little sports car?
Little what?
Didn't you used to have a sports car that was a Triumph?
I don't remember, Dan. I don't have much in the way of cars. When I was going to college there, I didn't have much.
No.
I never had a lot of cars. But then when I graduated college, I probably did. When I got a job from one of the little colleges to teach as part of my working experience.
Yeah,
I had
that.
a little car.
And I think he had a little Triumph, and it was a little sports car. That's what my mom's told me. We have Iran in the house. We have everywhere. Ohio. Dad, who was your dog? You had a dog when you were growing up, right?
Yeah.
What was that dog's name?
Garcia.
Close.
Addie.
Yes, you're there. AC. AC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of dog was that?
Collie.
He was a golden collie. He looked just like Lassie.
Oh yeah.
And when I was growing up, this is the neat thing. And I was the fifth kid, right?
You just missed that plane.
I know.
To look at.
Grandpa's there's drones on the TV, and Grandpa's watching that. But when I was growing up, Grandpa bought a collie, and so the dog I grew up with was a golden collie. Do you remember Baron?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your dog too.
That was my dog.
Yeah, AC and then Baron. AC was your first dog, and you had Baron about 40 years ago. Or 50 years ago, you had Baron.
I don't remember that yet.
I remember that.
That's true.
Thank you guys so much for the gifts.
A long
I didn't
time
see them
ago.
coming. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Which is Ed's favorite? And does Ed like to bake?
Time
Grandpa?
does not stand still for us.
No. Time does not stand still for anybody, Dad.
What's that?
Time does not stand still for anybody. Time marches on. You know, I
We
think
had a busy growing up period with a lot of kids and family and differences and everything. There was a lot of new things we had to deal with.
yeah. It was a different time back then, huh?
What?
It was a different time.
Yeah, sure. Everything's going to be different.
Life was very different back then. I'm looking for questions to ask. We have people in Mexico, Dad, people watching Alabama. Grandpa does not wear a watch.
A long time ago.
I know, Pop. How about a favorite movie?
What?
Do you have a favorite movie?
Do I have a favorite
Yeah,
movie?
do you remember the Thornbirds?
Thornbirds?
Yeah. You used to watch the Thornbirds.
That was a movie or that was a program?
It was a mini-series.
That was a what?
A mini-series.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, he liked the mini-series. How about, do you remember any movies?
One I mentioned to you already.
The Thornbirds. How about music, Dad? What's your favorite music?
Oh, gosh. I don't think I went into that depth of...
Pop, you did. What instrument did you play?
I what?
What instrument did you play?
Trumpet.
You played the trumpet. And that trumpet is still in your room right now. It's in the other room.
Oh, it's mine.
It is your trumpet, absolutely. The one you played as a kid. You still have it.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah. So I think Grandpa's favorite music was big band. All right, Dad, we need to know the answer to this question. Is there other life in the universe besides Earth? Is there life elsewhere in the universe?
Outside where?
Outside the Earth. Is there life anywhere else in the universe?
Oh,
Are there aliens or UFOs out there?
probably is.
You think there's life somewhere?
Yeah, I think there's other to the area here. Not necessarily just our area. There must be. I'm sure there's probably some other universities that have houses and so forth, but not here.
Right.
But out of the area.
So you think that there's no aliens on Earth now, but that there are other life forms out in the universe somewhere? I think that,
more in our country.
well, I'm talking about non-humans, non-Earthlings, life on a different planet.
Oh yeah, there must have been.
I agree, Dad. There's got to be life somewhere.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it was favorite life. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite president?
Pardon me?
Do you have a favorite president?
Do you have a famous president?
Do you have a favorite president?
Oh, not really.
How about John F. Kennedy?
Kennedy's a good one, very good. I liked him, yeah.
And Grandpa's cousin was John F. Kennedy's press secretary. His name was Pierre Salinger. So I think he'd have to go with John F. Kennedy. Dad, were you in the Marine Corps band?
I
For a
think
year.
I was.
I think you were. For a year, you were in the Marine Corps band. But, my dad was in high school during World War II. He graduated in 1950. So he just missed the the time where he would have gone to war. And by the time the Korean War broke out, my dad was already a practicing doctor and he did not get drafted or was not eligible for the draft. Do you remember your first date?
What?
You remember your first girl?
My first.
Your
what?
first girlfriend?
Oh, let me think.
I don't know the answer.
My girlfriend that I liked.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who it was, and it's a long time ago. I can tell you that.
Well, that's all right.
I was a kid.
I know, Dad. We all were kids.
Joanne was always my girl, the one I liked.
Well, Dad, I think everybody knows that by now. Just based on watching your videos for the last 2 years, I think there's nobody in the world that watches the videos that would question. Does Grandpa mind moments? Do you, Grandpa? Thanksgiving. I'll tell you, Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I enjoy it because it includes family. It includes eating, eating a lot, and it's also in November near my birthday. And then I like the holiday season all the way from Halloween through New Year's. That's for me. Good question. Dad,
What?
is there life after death?
Is your life after death?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
Do you hope there's life after death? I mean, you hope there's life something after, right?
How would you know?
We won't know until it happens, but
Yeah.
I hope that, like, there's something after, like you're born again, reincarnation, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, I'm not saying that's the way it is. I'm just saying I would wish for that because it's a very lonely feeling to think that it just all ends when we take our last breath, right? Very limited.
As a human being.
Yeah, as a human being.
Yeah.
Maybe our spirit lives on.
I haven't thought in those terms, but
Thanks to the Greek.
who knows?
That's good. He does not know. Grandpa, we've never been very religious or even spiritual. Been busy, busy. Does he have a favorite that went by too fast?
I don't even remember how I get you, Dan.
Dad, you had me with Joanne.
With Joanne?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm your fifth kid.
Oh, so Joanne's your mom?
Yeah. And you're my dad.
And I'm your dad.
Yeah. Always have been, always will be.
Right.
Yeah.
Time marches on, though.
Time
That's
always
the
marches
yeah.
on.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Does he think he's hip? I don't think so. My dad's incredibly
I
humble.
don't know. How did I get you anyway?
How'd you get me?
How did I get you?
Well, I was born, you planted me inside of Joanne, and then I came out one day, and then you guys took care of me, and then I grew up, and then I went to work, and then I retired, and then you got old, and you retired, and then you got older, and then I took you in my house. That's how you came to be here.
Staying with the family.
Always. It's all about the family, Dad.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
He does not going to know about what's going on in Afghanistan or anything, any modern.
Was Joanne your mom?
Joanne's my mom, yeah. So he's not gonna know, about Afghanistan, Iraq, and anything like that. Do you remember 9/11, Dad?
Who?
9/11, when the planes crashed into the World Trade Center. Do you remember that?
Where did you crash into?
In New York, when the planes crashed into the building. Do you remember that?
Not well, no.
Do you remember the moon landing?
The what?
The moon landing, when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon.
I've not real clear. I remember no, I don't remember that at all because it's not in my mind.
But you remember it happened.
Yeah, I probably did.
How about this saying? One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Does that ring a bell?
No.
That's what Neil Armstrong said when he took his first step on the moon.
Oh. Okay, you remember that? I don't know. I didn't see that. There is a submarine.
Yep, he's watching a submarine on TV
Yeah.
here. Yep. There's Science Channel. That's what we're watching. Grandpa's watching Science Channel. I make sure he's not
Here
picking
comes
anything.
another boat out.
Yeah, there's a boat over there, Pop. Just, I'm not going to ask Grandpa anything about race or religion because I don't know what the man's going to say. I can tell you he doesn't have a prejudiced bone in his body, but he lived through a time when interracial marriage was very, very difficult. It wasn't easy for interracial couples back in the 50s and 60s, 40s. It just wasn't easy. So, but I can tell you, I don't think my dad wouldn't mind. He would be more concerned with, how is society going to, how much more difficult is society going to make life on me and my kids and things like that. It wouldn't be funny, Majesty, and I have a responsibility not to, try and make this a clown show. So that's why I don't ask those kinds of questions. He knows the country India. I've never been to Ireland, but I would like to go. Favorite football team is definitely the 49ers. Grandpa grew up in Oakland, so you could, I guess Las Vegas would be the Raiders would be one, but his kids, Grandpa was never a big sports fan, right? You're not a big sports fan, right?
What?
You're not a big sports fan.
Not as big as you.
No,
That's for sure.
His kids are all huge sports fans, and we loved it. He did come to every one of my football games that I played. Every single football game, my dad was there in the stands eating a Togo sandwich. I've never been to Australia. He's never been to Australia, but he's talked about it. New Zealand and Australia would have been on my dad's bucket list. Thank you, Scorpio Thoughts. I'm a Scorpio, by the way. All right, I'll ask Dad, am I your favorite child?
All my kids are my favorite. They're all favorite. They're
never-
all different, but they're all my favorite kids. I
Yep.
love them all.
He never flinches on that answer. It doesn't matter how he's doing cognitively. He will never flinch on that answer, and he will never pick favorites among his children. He simply won't do it. I've never heard my dad sing in my life, so good luck. Can you sing, Dad?
What?
Can you sing? Oh, say, can you see? Can you sing?
By
The dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight glass gleam. I don't want to embarrass
You
myself.
know better. You remember more than I do.
He got it, though. Whoever said it, you
I
got
know
it.
that song, of course.
That's the only time I've ever seen him sing in my life, right here on YouTube. He actually did it, and he remembered the verse. Mark is his favorite. Are you happy, Dad, right now? Are you happy?
Am I happy right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if I'm. Yeah, I'm content right now.
Yeah.
I
He's
shouldn't go with
happy.
My son.
Exactly.
He's done well. I'm content. I'm pretty well content with my life.
That is exactly what I was going to say. He just took the words out of my mouth. He's happy because he's sitting here with his son. And really, for Dad, that's all that matters in life. That's it. Do you remember Elvis?
What?
You remember Elvis? You ain't nothing but a hound dog, hounding all the
Oh
time.
yeah, what was that?
Elvis Presley, the
I
king.
remember that.
Yeah,
That's a long time ago.
that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he remembers Elvis. Great question. And it wasn't necessarily the name, but the song and the tune, the melody. I think he remembers. Jimmy Buffett. My two brothers are huge. Adam and Dave and Mark to some extent are huge Jimmy Buffett fans. They're parrot heads, so he definitely knows Jimmy Buffett. May he rest in peace. Dad, who's your favorite boxer?
Well, I never really got.
Muhammad Ali,
No,
Max Baer?
I don't know if I ever thought about having a favorite boxer.
Mike Tyson? My dad wouldn't, yeah, I mean, he's
No, probably a black fella.
a black fella.
My favorite would be
Muhammad Ali, I believe, would be
who?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, someone like that. Yeah.
Cassius Clay. His favorite sandwich. My dad likes tuna. He likes tuna fish sandwiches. Our go-to sandwich is tuna for him, or I'll get this turkey and avocado that he eats, or I make him a sandwich right here. George Foreman.
Oh man, look at that. We're going back 100 years.
Grandpa's looking at the TV and commenting. I don't know what that is or where that comment came from, but that's what he's looking at. Grandpa loves Togos in San Jose. That's Grandpa's. You're not gonna believe this, but my dad, when he practiced in Sunnyvale, the founder of Togos was a patient of my dad's. The guy who founded Togos had his feet worked on from my dad. And do you remember that, Dad?
What?
You remember your patient, the guy who started Togos?
Who did what?
The guy who started Togos. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, do you know what Togos is?
Solo?
Togos,
Togo?
the sandwich place.
Oh.
Do you remember that you had a patient that started Togos?
Who did what?
Started Togos. The guy was your patient. Do you remember that?
No.
No. He
Long
doesn't.
time ago.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, that's one of the reasons we're huge Togos people, because my dad would go to Togos all the time. I could tell you his proudest achievements
If I
would
knew
be.
his name, it'd probably bring back a little more memory, but I don't know who it is.
I don't remember his name either, Dad. I just remember that he started Togos. Favorite way to eat potatoes? Fried, of course. French fried potatoes. Just like Sling Blade. I'll get me some French fried potatoes. La 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 bomba. My dad drank his coffee black. What's your favorite fruit?
Pardon me?
Do you like apples or? I can tell you this, that if I gave him the option between a pear and an apple yesterday, and he took the pear. But my dad, he's a massive consumer of fruit. He eats little oranges, little tangerines. We had fruit trees when I was growing up in the backyard. We had cherry trees, we had apple trees, we had pomegranate bushes, which we have here. Fruit's always been a big thing for my dad, and salad every day. I'm just making sure you're not picking anything, Dad, on camera. Do you remember your first car?
What?
You remember your first car?
First song?
Your first car, automobile.
Oh, first automobile? Probably had a foreign car.
You did not have a foreign car as your first car. They didn't have a lot of imports.
I don't remember what it would be.
I don't remember. I don't know the answer. I'll have to ask my mom that question. She'll know that answer. Bill. What about Bill? Do you remember? Did you used to hang out with Uncle Bill, when you were kids?
Yeah,
Did you play together?
sure.
Did you ever go on double dates?
No, I don't think.
You-
I don't remember if we ever did that.
Okay. But did you play with Bill, or did you play with your own friends and he played with his friends?
I just talking a long time ago. I don't remember.
I know. All right.
But I did play with my brother, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
What social events we had with him, I don't remember.
Fair enough, Dad. That's a great answer. Yeah, it was probably a Ford or something else.
What?
You probably had a Ford as your first car, I'm guessing.
There wasn't much people to play with. I didn't know anybody, and my brother at that time.
I got you. If I had a wish,
Everything we did with the family.
I'll try that question, Dad. If you were granted any wish, like if a genie came out of a bottle and said, "Ed, I will grant you one wish. Anything in the world, anything in the universe you want, I will grant for you." what would your wish be?
I don't know. I never thought of it in those terms.
Would you want health, money, health for your family,
I knew all that stuff was out there,
world
but
peace?
I never thought that. I never gave a thought to that particular question because it never happened.
Well, if it happens, let me give you some advice.
Pardon me?
Let me tell you what to say if it ever does happen. If you ever meet a genie and the genie offers you a wish, ask for 20 more wishes.
20 more missions?
Wishes. 20 more wishes.
Oh, goodness.
Right? And then you can wish for all the things you want. All right. Good question. He did listen to big band music. Absolutely, he did.
That would be something.
That would be something, Pop. My dad traveled a lot. He traveled for months at a time in a motorhome all around the country. My dad does. Have you ever? He's never smoked weed. I can tell you with almost certainty. My dad smoked cigarettes for a very short time when he was very young, and he quit in podiatry school. My mom told me the story. When he saw the picture of a cancerous lung, that was it. He'd never smoked another cigarette. And if you saw the busted video, he does not. I mean, cigarettes are a big deal, a big no-no for my dad. So if you haven't seen it, it's probably the best video I've ever posted. And I ain't kidding. The busted out video, without a doubt, my favorite and best video that I've ever posted. It was like last week or something. But if you watch that, you can see the way my dad feels about cigarettes, and it ain't good. It's so hard to read some of these. I'm so sorry. He did smoke cigarettes for a very short time. And my mom smoked for a while, and then my dad was on her to quit and quit and quit and quit. And she must have smoked for 15 or 20 years, and then she quit when I was a kid. And she still got lung cancer, but she beat it. If asking him his favorite memory would probably he would just be too lost. I need to give questions with more direction or more specificity. Dad, I knew where he was born. Dad, do you remember where you were born?
Yeah.
Where were you born?
When or where?
Where?
Seattle, Washington.
That's right. He was born up in Seattle. Thanks, Josh. Does he know that he sees me? Yes. I don't necessarily hide it if I'm outside, but he will comment every time he sees it. Every time. He doesn't like it. He does not like it. How you doing up in Lake Tahoe? Bitcoin Tahoe. Scotland. Hey, I'm 25% Scottish. Pig's like almost 10 years old now. Real quick, someone talked about a fake account on here. Be very careful. I only have one account on YouTube. Danielle's got one account on YouTube. I only have one account on TikTok. Danielle's got two. But there are a lot of fakes out there, people reposting videos. But worse than that, we've gotten reports that they're asking people for money or emailing people. Just know that I've never emailed anybody or reached out to anybody from social media ever in 2 years. I've responded, but I will never reach out. I will clearly never ask you for anything. I'll never ask you to support anything. We're not giving away money that you need to send us $50 in order to send it. Those are all scams. Please don't be scammed in my name. That would upset me. So just be careful out there. We're nothing like that. Getting cold on Jersey Shore. My dad's been to Philly. He's been to everywhere. Why did I choose a law degree? Good question. Well, I started out in accounting and I was dyslexic. So I was numerically dyslexic. And I discovered that after being in accounting for, about 3 months. And then, for some reason, the 200-page balance sheet just never balanced and it became maddening. So I had to go back and I figured I was either going to be a vet or a lawyer. And the lawyer was the easier path, right? It was about 3 years less, thank you, DLO 100, than being a veterinarian. So that's how I became a lawyer. Yeah, numerically dyslexic, and that was corrected when I got corrective lenses. So it's just that that was a maddening experience. To be a dyslexic accountant is maddening, let me tell you. It's worse than caregiving. It's worse because you just, what the fuck? You can't figure it out. And it's like, holy shit. And then you think you did something wrong, and then, man, it's frustrating. My dad was never a womanizer, even though he divorced my mom. It had nothing to do, I don't get into why, because that's their business, but it had nothing to do with infidelity. It had nothing to do with illegal substances, any kind of abuse, nothing like that. They married really young, and my dad, a little difficult back in those days, but my dad had friends outside the home, like just up to 2 years ago, especially two remaining friends. You remember Stan Phillips?
Sure.
Stan Phillips, and there was one other.
What?
Who else were you friends with? Stan Phillips and somebody else. Who were your friends, Pop? You remember Stan Phillips and?
I remember Stan very well.
Yeah. So there was.
He was in high school too. He's from high school.
He continued to keep up with two friends. You know, most of his friends have passed, right? He's 91. I think life expectancy is about, for people my dad's age, is about 73, 74. And so he's outlived most of his friends and family, unfortunately. But he did keep up with Stan Phillips. I think Mark may have even communicated with him. We're trying to get them together, but now Stan is having issues. So I don't know if he'll ever get to see him again. That would be really wonderful if he could. But my dad did have, you know, friends back from high school that he's still contacted with. Yeah, and there's people that are asking, no, I've never asked anybody for money on this app. Never will. If we're ever asking for money, it's like something that would go straight to the Alzheimer's Association or straight. I'm never going to be the middleman for money ever, 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 ever. Don't give money in my name because it ain't me or Danielle or Ed. It's a scammer. Yeah, my dad's 80 years of friendship is really amazing. I will answer that question outside of these ears. I'll be right back, Bob. Okay. So, Grandpa's second wife passed, and it was an illness-ridden situation, and we don't bring it up because the last thing we want to do is have a bill situation where we have to deal with that. It's almost a blessing that he doesn't remember that she's passed, because it's one less emotional potential catastrophe that we have to deal with. So that's why I came out to answer that. Stephen R., your signed photos, send me an email right now, dsalinger@salingerlawgroup.com. If you send it right now, I will put it in the mail today or tomorrow. Do I have any regrets about caregiving? I have no regrets at this point. I mean, if you ask me that at the right time, right, I might at that moment have have a regret or two. But overall, it's been more. I mean, of course, we have social media that helps, but it's been much more rewarding than it has been detrimental, in my opinion. And I have these memories forever, right? And it's not what you see on camera that are the most rewarding times. It's things that I can't show on camera, or I'm not going to bring a camera out, or very intimate moments that we have, and a lot of them revolve around basic human care. The shower, when he's showering and I'm helping him shower, and he is grateful every single time I shower. He's, thank you so much, Dan. You're a good son. You're a good son. He says that to me over and over. It's like, yeah, Dad.
Daniel.
Yes, Dad.
Was Joanne your mother?
Yeah, Joanne's my mother, Pop.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So those are the most intimate. Like today, we're here alone, just the two of us, and it was raining. It's getting sunny now, so we're stuck here, and I figure let's use this time to to shower. I'm with him, and he took a shower today, and he was very grateful. I was showered. We're both in our jammies. We're over there talking, and it's just been kind of a wonderful day. Even though it's a little bit lonely, it has been a wonderful day. what's Ed's ancestry? He is like Lithuanian. I mean, he's got a lot of German, but in that area, Germany, Lithuania. I think his mom might have some Polish. Do I give interviews or lectures for caregivers? I don't yet. I do things like I'll go on podcasts for people that have podcasts specifically for caregivers. The Hip Senior, a couple other podcasts where I've gone on for they cater to caregivers, and I've gone on there, but I don't do it as like on a lecture route or anything like that because, quite honestly, I'm not an expert in caregiving. I'm an expert in dealing with my dad, and I hope there's a lot of carryover from one to the next, or people can learn something from the way that my trial and error and trials and tribulations. But I don't, I think there's people a lot more qualified than me to go out and actually speak. Did someone say SJ San Jose State? Yes, I'm a Spartan. My dad's never been to London, I don't believe. My dad had his hobbies were walking, going and looking at motorhomes, which he did, have motorhomes. So he would look at them, maybe 100 days a year. He loved it. Or he'd go look at airplanes, like little airplanes, like Cessnas or Pipers, even though he never got a pilot's license. Brock Purdy, go Niners. He didn't have hobbies like coin collecting or sports or current events. My dad was in his own world, and he liked to go and travel, grab a kid. He'd grab one of his kids and, for the afternoon, drive around looking at motorhomes or looking at, thank you so much, Knight Rider. That's amazing. Or looking at airplanes or other things, but not a real hobby. Who immigrated here? I can tell you my great-grandfather, the picture is sitting in my dad's room. My great-grandfather was brought here by his brother, my great-uncle, Lou. My great-grandfather, Leland. L's are a big deal in this family for some reason. My dad's middle name starts with an L too. So all these L names, but my great-grandfather was brought here by his brother, and they were salesmen, and his brother set him up in Seattle, which is where my dad was born. And then I think my dad's up looking outside. My great-grandfather lived there in Seattle, and my grandfather was born in Seattle as well.
Any pig food?
Any what?
The pig is hungry. He's looking for food there.
The pig is hungry. Grandpa says the pig is hungry. I'll feed the pig, Pop.
What?
Say that 3 times fast. I'll feed the pig. I'll feed the pig.
You will feed the pig. He's out there now looking.
I know. I'll feed him, Dad. I promise. What are you doing?
Yeah. The world's. It's only 4 o'clock.
It's really only 3 o'clock.
It says 4.
I know, but there's 2 clocks. There's one above it too, and that says 3 o'clock. Look on the microwave oven up there.
Pardon me?
On the microwave is the real time.
Oh.
That just scares me a bit. His walking scares me.
3:04?
It's 3:04, Pop.
Does that sound right?
That sounds right. Are you going to the bathroom?
No, I just was looking at the time.
Okay.
3:04. I haven't done a damn thing.
No, it's been a lazy day today, Dad, because it's been crappy weather.
What's that?
It's been crappy weather.
Yeah.
I think he just missed me. He came over. There's Grandpa looking out the window. What do you see out there, Pop?
Cloudy sky.
Yeah.
A nice big green yard, not high. And trees.
Yeah.
Tables for eating outside.
Yeah.
And there's the big, where the pig
That's
is
the
right
millet
there.
pig.
There's the pig right there.
Yeah, I see the pig right there, Pop. And the
I
pig.
gotta go to the bathroom now.
All right. Please walk carefully, Dad. Walk carefully.
What?
Be careful as you walk. You got to pick your feet up. The bathroom's right over there. No, it's to the left, Dad. To your left. No, the other left. No, it's not there, Pop. That's the laundry room.
Not in here.
No, it's that way.
Got it.
All right. Be careful.
I don't look at it.
My heart stops every time I see him walk. And what are you going to do? He won't use a walker. It's scary. Yeah, I think he should use a walker or a walking stick as well. But my dad is very stubborn that way. We try every day without fail. Dad, use this, and he just, I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm fine. Have I ever gone and seen a professional? Shoot. Did you ever? I missed the damn. I can't find it. My dad is, yeah, he's something else. I'll tell you. Build him a nice stick. I think he needs more than a stick. I think he needs two things. Because if he had a stick in one hand, I think he would go down to the left or right. But I think if he had a walker, he'd be fine if he would just use it. And we try every day. We have the walker, and every day. Saying something about the Grandpa Show. I don't know who's asking. I haven't found it. Obviously, they probably block me. I don't know who are the people are. I'm just saying beware, because we'll never do that. I mean, some of the channels are just, they're out there. They want to get views or whatever, or followers. Some are more devious, right? Stephen, you will get today. How you doing in Bosnia? Pick this up. He does definitely need a walker. Well, guys, I appreciate your coming on. I know there's a lot of people on here. I wanted to come on with my dad and just do a question and answer session when Danielle wasn't here, because I thought we could focus more on that. And it's been awesome. I may jump on TikTok a little later. So if you're over there, thanks to everybody who likes. If you could give a quick follow to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. Appreciate all the gifts that you guys have sent. That's really over the top sweet of you. And I may jump on TikTok in a little while, but I wanted to come on and hopefully you guys got you got a little special thing with Grandpa. We don't usually get that kind of specific answer. If you were on today, you got to hear him sing. And I'm telling you, that's literally the first time I've ever heard him sing in my entire life. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and take care and have a great day.